Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Uncooped podcast, episode number 6. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for all the continued support. I've been absolutely having such a fun time with this podcast. I've been growing, learning how to communicate better, and just learning from all these great people. Finally, kind of putting a face to these TikToks. This week going on in the farm, we got a lot of stuff happening. We got a new goat fence we're building. We're going to be expanding our goat area. We got lots of chickens hatching. We got the quails are growing up, and I'm going to start moving them outside into their full-time enclosure. So I'm really excited about that. Just kind of enjoying the nice weather, finally getting some heat in here and getting to see all the green everywhere and finally start my garden. So I'm very excited about that. So tonight's guest, we got a great guest. His name is Nick. He is from the Brown Road Farm, and he is one of the greatest guys. I absolutely love his videos. He actually started his own trend, so we'll get into that with the feed bags, and let's give a warm welcome to Nick. What's going on, Nick? How we doing?
Hey, Taylor. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great, man. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, I'm honored. This is what, number 6?
Yeah, episode number 6. We're cruising right through. So you were definitely one of the top ones. I was like, I got to get him on. I know we've chatted a bit and we've done a couple of videos back and forth. So I was like, it would be a great conversation with him.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to this.
Awesome, man. Well, it's nice to meet you finally. And for the people that don't know you, kind of give us a little background about you. How did you get into all the farming and stuff?
Yeah, so we are Brown Road Farm. We're in East Central Wisconsin. We started about midway through 2018. Before that, we were living in the city, just being regular city folk, and we just happened to kind of stumble onto this place at the right time. It was a good time for us. We were fixing up our old house, and this one came on the market right at a good time for us to put ours on the market and sell quickly and get into this one. So yeah, we got our first animals about early 2019. When we moved out here, it was basically just being used as a storage business. We have several outbuildings, and they were just packed full of storage. So we had to kind of clear some of that stuff out of the way. And we got started with some chickens, and then got some ducks and got some worms, and we got a stocked pond. So yeah, lots going on out here.
Yeah, definitely. I saw one of your recent videos, and you were kind of talking about all your adventures and all your different projects you're into, and I'm like, wow, I did not know you were into all the fish and the earthworms and all that stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's stuff we haven't really monetized, so it's kind of like a side project. The pond we just kind of use for recreation. We haven't really got into doing anything with the fish, but it's fun to just have people come out, and kids like it because it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Everyone catches a fish out here, so that's great for them.
Yeah, that's really cool. How many acres you got there?
We got 5 acres, and then we're surrounded by on one side of us we have like a beef cattle operation, and then the rest of the fields around us is just hay fields for those cows. So we don't have any real close neighbors that we have to worry about. So we're kind of free out here.
That's the life, and that's the dream right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this was something that when living in the city we always talked about, and to be able to finally make it come true is great.
Nice. Where'd you move from then?
So we live in Fond du Lac, or now we're just outside of Fond du Lac, but we were living in the city, nice busy street, everything, just loud city life, and to just move out here, it's dark, it's quiet, and it's a real change from where we were.
Yeah, it's so much peaceful out here, and I similar to you. I have 5 acres, and we're about 20 minutes out from like kind of the bigger cities and stuff like that. So it's just my little peace and quiet out here. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you can do quite a bit on 5 acres.
Yeah, definitely. There's actually like a Facebook group. It's like 5 acre farming or something like that. And yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many cool stuff that you can do within just that, that amount of land. It's perfect actually.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
I'm hoping one day to be able to purchase a little bit of land around us to kind of expand a
yeah,
little bit, but we'll take what we got for now.
yeah, same. You do the bees too, right? You do honeybees?
We did when we first moved out here. I tried it for a couple of years. I don't do it anymore. They're hard to keep alive, especially in these colder climates. Winter's really hard on them. So yeah, it was just costing me money every year. I'd have to replenish bees, and so I still have all the stuff. I might try it again at some point if they can ever figure out how to get rid of the mites that really plague honeybees.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my wife actually took a little class at the University of Minnesota where it was a northern keeping bees in the northern climate or something like that. And
Oh,
I
sure.
think it really turned her off about all the mites and all the different kind of bugs that can really, doom them and spread to actually other wild population as well.
Yeah, they say if you have honeybees, you have mites. So it's very prevalent, and
Yeah.
some people are better at managing that than I was, but you really have to be involved in your hives, and you really have to get in there and take care of it. Otherwise, it'll just kill your hives, and you'll be replacing bees every year, and that gets expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're like 150 to $200 easily. So
Yeah,
it gets pricey.
right. Yep.
Um, so what kind of chickens did you kind of start out with? Did you kind of get it for like the eggs, or were you doing it a fancy style, or what was your route with that?
Yeah, so how we started, we knew someone through a friend. They had a terminal disease, and they were just kind of looking to, find a home for their chickens when the time came. So we got started with those. We were supposed to get like all sorts of breeds, and we went out and we checked them out, and there was like 40 chickens, and then when the woman had passed, her husband said, "Well, I'll just give you the silkies and I'm going to keep everything else." So we actually started with silkies, believe it or
Nice.
not.
That's
um,
not typical.
it's not. No, no. I placed those with a friend because we can talk about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of how we got started, and then yeah, just got a few chickens from here, a few chickens from there. Started getting into hatching our own, and it's just kind of grown from there. And now we continually try to grow and hatch our own chicks. And yeah,
Yeah, it's that typical chicken math, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
goes quick.
yeah, yeah. I don't have any silkies anymore, but it was definitely an interesting time. It's a fairly decent breed to start
Yeah.
with, and as you know, the eggs aren't as big as like a leghorn or something like
Yeah.
that, but um, yeah, so primarily we use our eggs for chicken, or our chickens for eggs, the other way
Nice.
around.
Right.
Both, I guess. It goes both ways, right? What
Yeah.
comes first?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, primarily just for eggs, and we
Nice.
have a business where we kind of deliver to customers and in the city, and so yeah, it's kind of like our main farming product right now.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Do you have a good client base and delivery system?
Yeah, and actually, I could expand our
Yeah.
numbers a lot and have no problem selling eggs. I don't keep a waiting list, but if I did, it would be pretty long. So yeah, and
Right.
then we just like I deliver because it's easier for me. I don't really. It's hard for people to come out here. I have an old rescue dog who's not friendly with people, so if she's outside and someone pulls up, it gets a little messy. So it's easier for me to deliver. So that's kind of how I handle that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, those farm fresh eggs are unlike anything else. So I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of people are interested in getting more back to that like roots of where the food come from.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
we sell duck eggs too. They don't do as well, but we do have some dedicated customers who pick up our
nice.
duck eggs.
Yeah, so you do ducks as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, we got I always said I was never going to get into ducks, and I really wish I wouldn't have, but we
Yeah,
had a friend who was kind of switching between farms, so they needed a place for one duck. So they gave us one duck, and I'm like, well, I can't just have one duck. So you got to go out and get more ducks for friends. And
Yep.
duck math. Duck
Yep.
math is the same as chicken math.
Oh, geez. Yeah, there's some really cool breeds out there, and if they weren't so messy, I would definitely take a dive into them. But it's just kind of the thing that's been pushing me away from them is that messy, and in the winter, it's really hard to keep the water, thawed out for them. I'm sure.
Yeah, winter's tough because I don't give them like a bath or anything like in the coop or anything,
Yeah.
so it's a little rough on them, but they manage.
Yeah, so similar climates like me, we deal with a lot of that cold and the snow, so it's a lot harder. How have you kind of experienced with all the snow and freezing temperatures?
Yeah, it's rough. It does get rough here in the winter. And I was listening to your podcast with Heath, and you're talking about kind of like the weather, and he's down in Georgia, and talking about the cold winters that we get up here. Yeah, it's when it gets 20, 30 below, it's brutal, and it's hard on the chickens. And we always try to focus on breeds that are much more hardy and can handle that, but it's hard on us as people to have to go out there and deal with them every day. But yeah, we manage. It's Wisconsin. Do what we gotta do.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely a lot harder to do all the chores in winter, but
Yeah.
I always feel so bad, so I try to give them the best that they can and give them scratch grain and whatever straw bedding, extra bedding I can.
Yep.
And then
throw them some
as
corn and
as I've grown over the years with chickens, I've learned like what breeds do well and what kind of breeds don't, and you kind of have to take a heartbreak here and there to figure that out.
yeah. How do your silkies handle the cold?
Surprisingly, silkies handle it very well. I've probably never, I would say, like never lost a silky from the cold. One or two have gotten frostbite, but
Yeah.
since I think they have their own dedicated coop, they all kind of sleep together like in a little pile. So I think that they keep each other pretty warm. I think that's my theory.
Okay.
But the Polish just don't do well. I just that's the hardest part. Is I love the Polish, but they're not smart, and they don't do well with the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. But besides that, I haven't lost too many chickens to the cold. Just a few frostbites on the combs for the roosters always, but
yeah, for sure.
It's rough.
It really is.
I grew up in California, so this is like all still, I would say, relatively new for me. So I've been enjoying it though.
Oh, that's cool. Southern California, or?
Yeah, Southern California, San Diego.
Oh,
I lived there pretty much my whole life. So I moved out here about 8 years ago, and Minnesota, and now I completely love it and just love all the seasons and everything.
Yeah, that must have been quite a shocker.
It was definitely a few years to get adjusted. I don't think I'm fully adjusted still, but I love it out here. And I would never be able to have this land that I would in California. It would be $1 million.
Sure. Yeah, I bet.
Oh, that's too funny.
Is that what brought you to Minnesota, the land, or?
It was just kind of a big change for me. I wanted to just explore the world, and my family all split up, and my mom remarried out here, and I was like, what the heck? I got nothing to lose, and just decided to try it out, and I haven't left.
Awesome.
I haven't even looked back. So
yeah,
I really embraced it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So let's chat a little bit about your videos. You got some crazy videos, man. You kind of started your own little trend where you did these feed bag openings, and it was going everywhere. It was really funny to watch. How did you kind of get started with that?
Yeah, that was so long. It feels like so long ago. Like, yeah, it was right when I started TikTok too. Like, I didn't have too many videos before that, so it was just kind of like the niche that just kind of kicked in. And one day I was just scrolling through TikTok, and I saw there's a guy. His name is Dave. He's in Florida, and he had a TikTok where he said something like, "I can open the feed bag on the first pull," and like that was the niche that he had, or something like that. And so I went out and I did my first feed bag kind of stitch off of that, and yeah, it just kind of took off from there. And then someone asked me, how do you open those things anyways? So that was the second feed bag TikTok, and then that one actually kind of took off a little bit for being a small account. It got a few thousand views, and then people were stitching it. So I'm like, hey, maybe I got something here, and
Yeah.
kind of gave me something to kind of build off of, I guess. So yeah, we just started doing goofy feedback videos, and it really took off from there. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
been, when I look back at them now, it's funny, but it's an interesting. And even now, like when I try to do other things, I think some people get a little upset with me, and they're like, "Why can't you just do feedback videos?" And
Oh,
like,
geez.
well, I have other ideas too,
Yeah.
You get pigeonholed a little bit sometimes, but that's all right. We've had some fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was something fun that I think everyone could kind of relate to or kind of participate in. So I think that's why it went really well.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're all trying to do, is we're trying to
Yeah.
be as relatable as we can, and that's what gets the engagement, when people can relate to you and then they got something to say. And so yeah, I think it was something that people could relate to. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
been
And
a
I
lot
don't
of.
know. I don't know about you, but I find those little feed bag like strings everywhere in my farm or laying around, and oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
It's insane. Yeah,
You
yeah,
go through so many bags of feed just having these animals, and you know, it's kind of fun to make light of it all.
yeah, and I've met some great TikTokers and people along the way because of those feed bags. There's people that are reusing those feed
Mhm.
bags, and doing actual cool good things with them. So it's wild out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really fun. TikTok is really fun. I enjoy it, and it's built a little community around us little chicken people, and exploring the outsides of that realm as well. It's really fun. So you've been a great part of it as well.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been an interesting journey for sure. I
Right,
didn't think
right.
I would be at this point for sure.
I know. Yeah, you got like what 33,000 followers here. That's pretty cool, man. You're getting up there.
It was all because of one TikTok. I had one TikTok go viral, and I think I got like 25,000 followers from that. It was ridiculous.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, you've had some funny ones. You do the dance off stuff. Um,
Yeah,
you do look at that one. You do some fun stuff, man. It's good humor. I love it.
yeah, and I just I try to do things that are funny to me, and maybe if
Yeah,
they're funny to someone else, then great. But they make
yeah,
me laugh, so
exactly. It's like a living journal of our lives out here at the farm.
yeah, it's fun to look back and see what you did. And I was looking back today. I was trying to figure out when I started on TikTok. I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't even remember. So I was looking back at some of my first videos, and they're pretty cringe, but it's still
right.
fun to look back at. Like you said,
Yeah,
it's kind of a diary.
exactly. You grow and you learn what kind of works and what doesn't, and it's more for fun. I don't try to let it get me, too worked up if I don't get like, amazing views or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The algorithm can be pretty brutal, so you
it
don't want to take it
is
too seriously.
exactly because you could put so much time into a video and it gets like 100 views, and you could just be like, all upset about it, but it's just the algorithm. It's not anything to do with you. It's how it worked out.
Right. Well, in the TikTok that I made that went viral, it was
Mhm.
it was so funny because like I'm like, oh, I don't feel like making a TikTok today, and it's just like you almost have to do it daily, or otherwise the algorithm will completely forget about you. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I took a couple of old video clips I had, and I put it to this sound that was kind of goofy, and it uh, for not even trying to make a TikTok that did anything, it just took off.
Yeah, those are the best ones that just like you put zero effort into and they go viral.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was. It was wild.
The building that you do all the videos in, is that kind of like your barn? Is it like a little structure that was already there?
Yeah, so we have four outbuildings here, and the one that you see me the most in, that's like where I have the chickens and ducks. So it's kind of like the poultry barn, and so, yeah. The other
Nice.
ones they're either empty or they're just not as exciting. You don't get to see animals, and
Right.
yeah, so it's pretty boring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably filled with stuff, right?
Yeah, and I can convince my wife that I'm just going out to feed the chickens, but I'm really going
Yeah,
out to make a TikTok.
exactly. That's what we do.
Yeah, I don't look as crazy.
Yeah. Did you build the pond then yourself, or was it just already there as well with the land?
The pond was here when we got here.
Nice.
Um, yeah, and I don't think if there wasn't a pond there, I'm not sure I would build one, but um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice to just go and sit, and it's nice and quiet, and I
Is
don't
it
do a
like
lot of.
far walk from like your house, or is it like pretty convenient?
It's not too bad. Yeah, yeah, we have a very kind of like narrow, long lot, but it's not too bad from the house to the. Our house is right kind of in the middle. The pond's at the front of the property, and then once you get past the house, there's the outbuildings. So
Oh, okay. Nice. You can get a little day at the lake without having to leave home.
yeah, yeah, we have friends come out, and we got a couple kayaks. People just kind of float around, and yeah, it's nice.
Nice. And then you stocked the fish as well, like yourself. Like you had a company come out and do them.
Nope, there the fish were
Oh,
there. So
oh,
we have bluegill and largemouth bass,
nice.
and the bluegills just they reproduce like crazy. The bass don't as much, but they will. But the bluegills just reproduce like crazy. So if we take a bunch out one year, they're gonna be back next year. So
That's so cool. That's really interesting. I
yeah,
didn't know that at all. And then you said you do something about worms too?
yeah. So we raise European night crawlers. We use that for they compost. They're a composting worm. So we use like the worm castings, which is really just worm poop. So they eat the food or the bacteria that results from the food breaking down, and then they poop gold basically. And then you can use that for your plants, and it's pretty interesting. And some people use them for fishing. I think they're a little small, but you could.
Nice. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, because night crawlers you kind of think of like as your typical like fish bait. Is that like a different breed with the what did you say they are?
Yeah, so most of like your fishing night crawlers would be like Canadian night crawlers.
Oh, okay.
Ours are European night crawlers. There's also
Ooh,
red wigglers that are another composting worm. They're a little bit smaller, but yeah, European night crawlers are just like a composting worm.
nice. That's pretty cool. Do you ever give them to your chickens?
I haven't really. I thought
No.
about it. I just the nice thing about having worms is you don't really have to spend a lot of time with them. You just kind of feed them
Yeah.
every few days, and then you harvest the worm castings. But other than that, that I kind of forget that they're there. They're just in these storage bins in my basement, and unless we need some castings for some plants or something, I just kind of forget that they're there. So
Right. Oh, that's too funny.
I should try
Yeah.
that. I should give some to the worms. They probably deserve a treat more than I give them treats, but
Yeah, the chickens will definitely tear those things up real quick.
oh yeah, yeah, that
It's
would be
fun.
interesting.
It's fun watching them peck some worms in the ground and they swallow things whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they would have no problem going through those.
Right. How many chickens you got right now?
I think we're just under 50. So we had a small hatch this year, and then I have two moms that are raising one chick that hatched. So I think with those we're at like 46.
Nice.
And then we
Cool.
have just under I think 29 ducks.
29. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good
too
amount.
many.
Right.
Too
Do you
many.
know like all the breeds or the kind of mixed breeds or
Yeah, so the chickens are all pretty much mixed breeds. I did buy some hatching eggs last year just to kind of get some new life into my lines.
yep.
But we have a mix between like reds. We have too many leghorns. I'm trying to like work my way out of leghorns a little bit.
Yeah.
They're a great egg layer, but they're kind of flighty. So um, yeah, we have some. I have some really cool black copper Moran roosters right now. So
Oh,
hoping to kind of get some progeny out of them.
yeah. Anything you cross those with, they always make cool eggs. So
Yeah, for sure. And they're just
the
like cool looking
offsprings.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they're very, very, very cool.
mostly we have barnyard mix, and our most of our ducks are mixes as well.
Nice, nice. Have you hatched out your own ducks too?
What's up?
Have you hatched out your own ducks as well?
Yeah, so we did one of our own hatch. We hatched out 6 last year, and then we had a mom who hatched out 10 of her own, and then we had another mom who hatched out 5 of her own. So it's like, yeah, we tried for 6, and we ended up with 21 new ducks.
Jeez, that adds up real quick.
Yeah, and I felt like a horrible duck owner because I didn't even know this one was laying on eggs, and she just walked in one day and she's got 10 little ducks behind her. I'm like, what? Where did you come from?
Yeah, so. Those little surprise hatches always catch you off guard.
Yeah, and I mean, ducks are 28 days, so that duck hid from me for a whole month. I'm just like,
gosh,
their yard is pretty. It's pretty wild back there, so there's a lot of hiding spots, and they pretty much cleared it up this winter. But
yeah,
for a while there, it was pretty wild, so they had a lot of hiding spots.
Did they do pretty well in the winter?
Yeah, I mean they don't seem to mind the cold. It's just they like water, so it's hard to do that in the winter, and you know anything bigger than like a heated water bowl is just gonna freeze. So
yeah. Did you
it gets a little rough.
Use the heated water bowls as well then?
Yep.
Like the pet bowls, the dog bowls.
Yeah, so I use those for the ducks because they got to get their bills in there and kind of clean out their bills, and then for the chickens we use they have like the heated nipple waterers. I like those because the water stays cleaner. So
yeah, my chickens always made a mess out of those dog bowls. So if you one day they're already messy, you got to basically clean them out every day.
Yeah, I don't like using them, but for the ducks you kind of have to. Then I don't have a lot of for chickens. You can get a variety of waterers. There's all sorts of different styles, but for ducks, it's kind of like you just got a bowl, pretty much.
Yeah, bowl with a heated plate or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just try to keep it from freezing.
Yeah, we got these new ones at my work. I work at a farm store, and it says it's a heated duck water. I didn't get any feedback on it this year, but it had like 3 little spouts on it, and it had a good amount of space so where they could stick their bills in it. I don't know. Sure. Maybe it worked. I didn't hear anything back. So
yeah. We'll I'll have to look around for that. I'm always down for trying new products, especially if they're heated.
Right. Yeah. Because we basically have to heat stuff 5-6 months of the year out of here.
It feels like even longer. It's ridiculous. I think this year it was into March, April. We were still getting snowstorms.
Oh yeah, late April. It was still going. I was getting so over it.
Yeah, and then you come out of it and you're like, you got to put 6 months worth of work into a week while it's nice and before the mosquitoes get out.
Oh yeah, I just got tore up yesterday from mosquitoes, so they're already here.
No. Bummer.
Yeah,
keep them there.
Yeah, they're coming your way now.
Oh, yeah. Only a matter of time.
Yes. Do you have any animals that you kind of would want to see yourself getting in the future, or are you kind of good with right now?
Yeah, so I eventually want to start getting into meat. So I want to do meat chickens and pigs. That's probably going to be my next adventure. I told the wife that I would focus on her greenhouse this year before I do any more animals. So
yeah,
it might be another year before I do that. But yeah, that's where I think I'm going to go next.
Nice. That's cool. Your wife got a little greenhouse then? She likes planting or gardening?
She wants one. She's been asking for one since we moved out here. So I said, all right, this year I'm not gonna focus on any more animals until we get that. So
nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good options for greenhouses out there now. If you want to do it your own or kind of a style where you buy. So I'm sure you'll find a lot of inspiration. Have you already started on it or?
No, we haven't. We're trying to get the garden up and running right now, and nice. It's in the plans. Hopefully it works financially, and we'll see kind of what happens. We're kind of tied to the housing market, both of our jobs, so we'll kind of see. It's a little rough right now, but hopefully it picks up.
Nice. Yeah, you trying to kind of do it for like to sell a little bit on the side or just kind of sustain yourself or
Yeah, a little bit of both. My wife wants to do like cut flowers, so we're getting that started this year,
nice.
and then hopefully we can add the greenhouse and just kind of extend our growing season a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, because out here we only get such limited time to grow. So I mean, it's really hard to get like, sustainable like plants or garden vegetables, whatever it is, to really thrive.
Yeah, when we always start our seedlings indoors, and then it's kind of like a waiting game. You hope they don't get too big before you can get them outside, and
Yeah, try to
yeah, and then
plant it exactly right where they can go to the ground when it's nice out.
right, and then it's go time. So right now it's kind of go time.
Yeah, yeah. Right now is like busy season for everyone. We got new life everywhere, new plants everywhere. It's so much fun. I love this time.
Yeah. How about you guys? You got a garden going this year,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, we got a little garden. Thankfully, at my work, we got like a big like garden center where we sell plants and stuff like that. So if there's
Oh,
any
cool.
oddballs that can't make it on the line, they always throw up to me. Or and I like to do like the seedlings as well. And one of my buddies is really big into all like the ornamental like tomatoes and all the crazy different plants, vegetables that aren't out there. So
Yeah,
he always hooks me up with some fun ones. I
very
really
cool.
love it, but it's a learning curve. Every year I kind of take like a new thing where I'm like, all right, that didn't work. I'm gonna try this next year. It's still all new to me, so I've been really enjoying it. And I think this is like my fourth year I've done a garden.
Yeah, us too. It's every year is we just try to grow and, like you said, just try to learn something new every year. And I think we've tried our garden area a bunch of different ways this year. We're using boxes because we don't feel like that's a permanent area, but yeah, it's just kind of like you try something new every year, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, truly try something new every year. We kind of had to like we had this one tree that was like right in the way where the first year it shaded too much stuff, so we kind of extended it out further, and then that year did really well, but some plants didn't do well, so it was kind of like, all right, what's going to work this year?
Right. Yeah, and then it's you start dealing with the bugs and all the it's a lot to worry about, but yeah, the
Yeah.
food is good, so we keep
Hmm.
doing it.
Yeah. I found out that like strawberries and raspberries do really well. They just kind of like repopulate themselves well. So we have like
Yeah.
a little berry patch with like raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, grapes. This one called like Saskatoon berry.
Hmm.
Just kind of fun berries, but the bugs love the strawberries.
Yeah.
They take over, and if you don't get to them quick enough, they're eaten up.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of like wild strawberries just kind of growing off in random patches, and
Right?
it's nice to just when you're walking around grab a few berries and
Yeah.
be on your way. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. That natural fruit right there. Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's been really fun. I love living out here, and I never really pictured my life like this, but I'm just so thankful that I can be in touch with like the ground, the earth, and these amazing animals. It's been so healing for my soul too.
Sure. And do you
Yeah,
have horses?
yeah. We have two horses. My
Okay.
wife kind of was involved in 4-H and all that, so similar with like FFA, where she showed at all the state fairs and she did
Okay.
goats and horses and rabbits. So she still has a couple horses left, and we have about eight goats right now and one sheep. So
Oh wow. Very
yeah,
cool.
the horses were completely new to me. I think I'm one of my like first or second dates. I went to her house, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing!" It was out in the country. I was like, "Wow, this is the life I want to live."
Yeah, that's cool. Is are they a lot of like upkeep or other than like
Yeah, I
feeding
would
them?
say out of all the animals in the house or at the property, they are the highest upkeep. It's cleaning stalls, and you got to have hoof trims every 6 to 8 weeks, and hay and grain twice a
Yeah.
day. So,
Yeah.
but she loves them, and I support that. So I'll always help out. But they're still new to me, and I don't know everything about them. So I just feed them.
Yeah. Are you able to like ride them or not so
We
much?
have one that's 35 years old, so she's really old for a horse, and we don't ride
Oh,
her at all. She's just kind of retired. So we have another
okay.
one that we do ride, and we're just kind of looking kind of that for that next step after our older horse passes away. That we'll probably get one that we can both ride together.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
she
cool.
really wants to do trail riding again, but with only one horse, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah, but at 35 years old, is that like the top or is that
There's been horses up in the 40s, but like I would say like 30 is like 25, 30 is really well. So
wow.
35 is definitely up there. She's up there, the top seniors.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah,
Very
it
cool.
is. We give her a lot of different food. She requires a lot more fat right now because she's trying to maintain that body weight on her, and she
Okay.
just lives a nice retired life where she gets to eat all day.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's the life.
That is the life. But the hay is the hardest part, man. Oh gosh, hay is hard. You got to get
Yeah.
250 bales in the summer and it's 100 degrees, and
Wow.
we don't have a truck or a trailer, so we have to really rely on other people to help us. So
Okay.
yeah, that
Hmm.
part's been hard.
Yeah.
But I
Very
mean,
cool.
these animals require a lot of work and they give us a lot of enjoyment out of it. So it's a win. It's a give and take.
Yeah. And you also have snakes too, don't you?
Yep, yep. So she actually had snakes before I met her as well, and then I
Okay.
got I got really into them, and I think I took over more now, and it's
Hmm.
part of my little hidden passion, but it's definitely something I really really love them, and it's a misunderstood animal, I think. So trying
Yeah,
to
I'm happy to misunderstand it from a distance.
yes, right. I'm trying to get more people view and on them and kind of
Yeah.
show that they ain't too bad.
Yeah. Well, I definitely respect them. I just prefer they'd
Yeah,
stay away. But no,
yeah, yeah.
that's a very interesting hobby.
Yeah, yeah. So that all the reptiles are inside and all the farm animals are outside. It's a perfect little it's a balance.
So,
And
do you have anything other than snakes, or?
we have crested geckos as well.
Okay.
Little lizards, so they're really fun. We hatched out I would say like 8 babies already. We just have a little
Wow.
pair and they were more like a pet, so but
Okay.
the snakes are really my passion. I got about 40 snakes here in this room. So
Wow. In that room
yeah, in
that
this
you
room and
are now?
all these different rack systems right here, and
Wow.
it's pretty
We
crazy.
we had
They're
when
go
my
ahead.
son was young, we had a Chinese water dragon for a while, and that was quite the experience.
Yeah,
But that was as far as we got into reptiles, and it
yeah,
didn't like us very much. So
yeah. They get big
yeah,
too. They can get bigger, and they eat a lot of different stuff.
yeah. And when we bought it, um, we made the classic mistake. Do no research, just go to PetSmart and just pick
Right.
something out, and like this is cool. And then they're like, find out they grow to like 3 feet long, and it's like,
Yeah.
what did we get ourselves into?
Yeah. That's actually funny. I had a customer that I actually give like small bantam eggs to, and she feeds them. She hard boils them, or I think raw maybe too, and she gives them to her like Chinese black monitor, I think it is. Um,
Wow.
and it's kind of funny that I always give her a couple of the small eggs and her doesn't. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's too funny. I kind of blending in both the worlds. I'm really loving it. It's just like chickens kind of started me out, and then I found that I really love like the genetic and the science side of the snake breeding, and it's a
Okay.
lot more difficult than breeding chickens. So I think it's like testing me, and I think I really like that part of it. So
Yeah.
I
So you
have
said
my
your wife was really into snakes before?
yeah, she had four ball pythons, and she always wanted to breed them, but it just never happened. And then once we bought our place, actually in 2018 as well, we decided to get one more, and then it was like, oh, it went up from there. And I think the last 2 years we've gotten like most of the 40 now that we have here, and it's this next year is going to be crazy because I got a lot of breedings going on.
Snake math.
Yeah,
That's
I got
about
7
it.
eggs in the incubator right now, so those are due in about 3 weeks. It takes 55 to 60 days for them, so it's nothing like chickens.
Wow. I guess I didn't realize that's how you did it, incubate them, but that's
Yeah.
you use like the
They're,
same style of incubator? Like is it
it's similar. They're only at 88, 89 degrees, so about 10 degrees less.
okay.
You have to have them at really high humidity, and you don't rotate them. You basically just like set them and forget them. You
Wow.
just kind of do it in like a little shoebox tub style where you put like saran wrap on top of it and in like a vermiculite mixture with a lot of moisture in there. And then 60 days later, the little snakes pop out.
That's wild. I would love to see a TikTok of that. That would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be posting one when they hatch out. I'm so excited. The
Very
females, it
cool.
takes like 3 years for the females to actually get to breeding size. So that's like the hardest part with like breeding them is the weight game, and it's so long. And once you introduce the male, it's still like 3 months after that they lay eggs. So it's a long process. You there? Oh, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. There we go. Gotcha.
yeah. All right. Glitched out there a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying the both sides of it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Next week's guests actually have a snake podcaster. She has a small. She used to do farming and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to blend both the worlds and get a little fun interview in there and kind of pick her brain about both sides of the industries.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
A snake podcast. I didn't
Yeah,
even
there's a
realize there were
lot.
chicken podcasts.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of reptile podcasts. So that's kind of where I got my inspiration. I was like, I
Oh,
listen to all
cool.
these podcasts and I learn so much and I love listening to people's stories. So I was like, I'll start my own about chickens and whatever I can do, content creation, TikTok. So it's been really fun to learn about
Yeah,
other people and highlight them as well. So
very cool.
yeah,
Well,
man.
this is my first chicken podcast that I've ever been on. So
Awesome,
thanks for
man. Well, I'm
having me.
glad I got to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You got any fun plans for 2023? Kind of anything crazy happening?
No, we're just gonna be here working, hopefully on that greenhouse if we can make the funds work, and
Nice.
if not, we'll find other ways to keep ourselves busy. And yeah, I'd like to. I'm gonna try and kind of remodel some of the buildings that I'm now kind of getting storage out of as we kind of do that. So I have a lot of, electrical that needs to be updated and water, and these buildings are so old and nothing was ever done to code. So it's just kind of thrown together. So going to be kind of a lot of just staying home and renovating. And yeah.
Nice.
How about you
Awesome.
guys?
Um, Nothing too crazy. Just a lot of the snake business is really getting going into effect. So it's just kind of like the year that we're gonna make it LLC and do everything official with kind of all under Chakra as kind of our brand. My snake page is Chakra Scales, so it just kind of
Oh,
blends in with all the whole business. So that's really the main goal. Working on the yard, enjoying life, trying to
yeah.
get out a little bit, take one trip, hopefully.
Yeah.
We did a lot last year with the wedding, and we had a wedding at our house. So it was just like I felt like for like 4 months, it was every day doing something and improving the yard or planting something. So
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the wedding.
yeah, thank you. It
That's
was really
nice.
fun. It was so
Yeah.
beautiful to have all the chickens in the background. There was crowing during the ceremony.
That's fun.
Yeah, we planted a tree, kind of as our tree planting ceremony together in the front yard, and um, it's doing well. It's a little black cherry tree from the friend. And it's doing
That's
really
awesome.
well. I'm glad to see all those little buds popping up, and I was worried it was gonna die during winter. It's like,
But
please
then that
survive.
happened.
Don't let this be a resemblance of my marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like, it's got to survive.
right, right. I actually I married some friends. I went online and did like the ordained minister thing just so I could
Oh,
marry my friends, and did that last year. So that was kind of fun. That was my
nice.
my wedding thing. I spent like 5 minutes on it, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot too to mention. You do like a little community, what is it, like a community box kind of thing where you help out and you stock it up with supplies and goods. Is that correct?
Yeah, so last year we started, it's called Hope on the Block, and it's basically just a community pantry outside of our library. Yeah, we stock it full of toiletries and non-perishable food, water, and it's open 24/7. So anyone who needs a bottle of shampoo or a granola bar can go grab it, and they don't have to worry about a waiting list or having to sign up through some program. So it's very non-judgmental for people. And yeah, and then just recently we opened two more, so now we have a total of three pantries. So it's
That's
growing.
so awesome, man. That's really cool that you give them back and providing that for them.
Yeah, it's been interesting, and the economy's been hard on a lot of people, and
Yeah.
um, I've talked to so many people who are like, I didn't even know we had homeless people in our community. So it's a lot of like educating people, and but everyone's been really great and pitching in. So yeah, it's really kind of bringing the community together and get to do some good work.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's rewarding, I bet, for you as well to see that, helping other people is so awesome. It does something different for your soul than like taking, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that you do that, and that I bet other people do as well.
Yeah, I've always just been kind of community oriented and tried to find different ways to kind of work through that. And I was on school board for a while as an elected official, trying to help my community that way, and that didn't work out. So it was like I just kind of looked for some other way to help out, and this is a lot more low key than school board during a pandemic. So it works for me.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and you're doing your part, and you're helping others, and I'm sure they're super thankful for that. And I bet a lot of them, goes to really well need for them.
Yeah, it's interesting to kind of we have like a suggestion box, so people will leave notes. I call them my love letters, and it's interesting. People will kind of write out their whole life story on a little card, and it's interesting to kind of communicate because that's really the only way we can communicate unless they're standing there while I'm filling it up. But um, it's interesting to sometimes a little sad and sometimes it's a little heartwarming. But yeah, we're just trying to make everyone's life a little more comfortable.
Exactly, exactly. Give to others, what, you can. That's
Yeah.
how we keep each other. We're all human. We all deal with problems, same problems.
All
So
right. Yep.
that's cool. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, before we get out of here, I tasked you with nominating a new under 10K creator on the block, and I would like to hear your nomination.
Yeah, I was gonna go with one, and then I'm like, well, I don't even know if they have chickens. I think it's more of a
Right?
sheep farm, but
It's okay.
um,
Any animals.
no, I think a good one that if you could have on would be a super interesting story. Her name is Bree. I think it's the Zen Chicken Lady.
Okay.
Um, just a real positive creator, and I think she's probably one of the first ones that I followed when I got on TikTok, and it's just um, every time I heard
Awesome.
TikToks come up, it makes me smile. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. There's some of those creators where like, how are they not like at like 100,000 followers? So that's kind of why I
right,
started this. I'm like, showcase some really good people that deserve the highlight and maybe aren't like
yeah,
trying to get a lot of followers, but I want to showcase everyone. So
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
I'll have to reach out to her. What was it? Zen. You
Zen
can send
Chicken
me
Lady.
Zen
Yeah,
Chicken.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
definitely. We'll have to reach out. I'm still working on the first two ones. It's been a little harder to arrange everyone's schedule, but you know how that goes. So
Sure.
look forward to my new segment, New Creator on the Block. It's a little smaller segment. So I can't wait to get
Very
those
cool.
out to you and showcase those people. So
That's awesome.
and then lastly, we got some hot seat questions. All right.
All right, let's do it.
These are kind of a new thing, so I'm starting this out and trying to, get a little fun ending. So,
All right,
just first thing that pops in your head. All right, cooped or uncooped?
cooped.
Cooped. All right. Rainbow eggs or brown and white eggs?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Bantam or large fowl?
Large.
Let's do favorite type of bedding.
Pine shavings.
Can't go wrong. Let's see. Dream breed that you wish you could have.
Dream breed. I am
Chicken
Smani.
breed. Oh, love them. Favorite treat for your chicken?
Whatever the leftovers of the day are.
Yes, they love it too. Daily feeding or automatic feeders?
Daily feeding.
Perfect. And chickens or ducks?
Chickens. Definitely.
Yes, good. That's what I was hoping you were gonna say.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, man. That was fun. Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on. If people wanted to reach out, where can they find you at?
Brown Road Farm. We're on YouTube. I don't do a lot on YouTube, but yeah, Brown Road Farm will pretty much get you to all of our stuff: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, website. So
Perfect, man. Well, hope everyone could give this guy, great guy, a follow. And look forward to seeing all your fun videos this year. And hopefully we can see some fun videos of that greenhouse built too. That would be awesome.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for having me on. This has been so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's been great to get to know you a little more and getting your name out there more. And appreciate having you on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Awesome, man. Well, hope you have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you on the TikTok road, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Sounds
Thank you,
good.
thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Yeah, you as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a great episode. I can't believe this is happening. I'm so thankful for everyone that has said yes and taken their time out of their day to come on here. It's been so rewarding for me, and I truly thank everyone. Look forward to my episode next week, and we actually got some big news coming. I got a sponsor for the podcast, so we're gonna be we're going live, man. This is awesome. I appreciate everyone, and catch me on Instagram, TikTok. If you're not, please subscribe, like the video. It helps this channel a lot. I want to take this as far as we can. This is the coolest chicken podcast out there, man. Let's rock it. All right. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you on next week. Peace.